Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We're playing in 2.6 PTU and the intention of this video is basically to discuss the new flight model, get your opinions on it, and yeah, let's have a discussion. Put in the comments what you think about it. While it's in PTU, it's a good time to get us some effective change, and I'd like to see your ideas. Do you think it should be sped up? Do you think it should be slowed down? Do you think other certain bits should be balanced, rebalanced, that sort of stuff? So let's talk about it basically. So at the moment, the speeds of ships have been drastically reduced. You can see in a Sabre, I'm going at 165. Some ships are incredibly slow, whatever. So they've effectively, on a lot of ships, halved the SCM speeds. So stuff is a lot more closer fought. You can really see your enemy when you're fighting it. Weapon ranges and shields and everything, they've all been rebalanced as well for shorter ranges. It's effectively what's going on there. I've got 4 Tarantulas on my Sabre Comet here. And the Sabre Comet is just basically the same hull as the Sabre, just with a different skin. We do have some cool stuff though. So let's get a missile on this guy and launch a... Get the missile cam. Actually, let's kill that one. So we can see if I press X, that's my boost. That literally boosts my thrusters, overpowers them, but consumes the boost fuel, which is at the top left. Now, I can also use Afterburner. Now, many of you may have heard that Afterburner has been merged with cruise modes and the standard speed. So we don't have cruise mode anymore. But if I press Shift, this is ABF there, which is Afterburner, and it allows me to go up to what effectively used to be my cruise speed. And I can do that in all the game modes. I can do that in combat now, but it does consume my Afterburner fuel when I'm trying to get up to a speed. So when I'm actively boosting or afterburning, but also once I'm over my original speed, it will continue to consume boost or afterburner fuel, but at a slower rate is the idea. And I quite like this. It obviously needs a bit of tweaking and balancing to be perfect on all ships. This is obviously going to be the same in races. Some ships are going to be great races because they've got huge surpluses of afterburner fuel and all that sort of stuff. But different horses for courses, different ships for different things. So larger ships as well should have huge amounts of afterburn potential, but have to accelerate up to that kind of speed. So there's a lot going on with that, and you can afterburn and boost simultaneously as well. But obviously, it's going to cost you a lot of fuel very quickly, and you do regenerate that boost and afterburn fuel. And because the flight model is supposed to be a bit slower, using that afterburn can make you ram into walls very easily. But that's the kind of gist of the new flight model. I mean, it's slower, it's more visceral. Let's go and actually do some combat. Let's actually get a missile on this guy, because we can see the new missile cam as well, which is pretty cool. I really like it. Don't know what it's... Is it sidewinding? Where are you going? Go hit the target. Bam! I mean, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? I really liked that. Missile cams are pretty cool. The new cameras on the 2.6 are pretty good. But the idea is to have combat at a much closer range. So we get it with now we get it within 1,500 meters to 700 meters most combat. I suppose that's because I'm using slightly more longer range weapons and a ship that suits that. You could have very, very close combat, within hundreds of meters, very close. But acceleration's significantly better. Obviously, the use of that afterburner allows you to get into combat a lot quicker if you want to. So you don't have to wait for ages, even though the speeds are lowered. And that is across the board. That is in Vandal Swarm. That is in Arena Commander. That's in the Persistent Universe. But these things can be changed now. It's my opinion that the SCM speeds need to increase by about 20%, pretty much across the board. I do really like the fact that we can see ships up close and see them viscerally, moving around. It's very Ring Commander, and that's the intention. It's supposed to be that kind of let's get in close and see the ship being able to blow off components off the larger capital ships, and even down to a constellation or something, literally be able to see the components on it, shoot them off, or you know what I mean, sort of. The game's beautiful. Why have everything fighting dots on a HUD? There's obviously new effects and everything as well. There is a new HUD and UI, and everything looks better, feels better. But I think just slightly too slow for the SEM speed-wise. But tell me what you think. So this does enable a couple of things, actually. So at the lower end of the skill curve, for literally learning how to pilot, a lot easier. Definitely a lot easier. At the higher ends, probably drop the skill ceiling slightly, but you can still be a pretty good pilot. That boost management and afterburn management is going to be a thing in the future. They do need to balance it a bit more, so that I think it is even more a rare resource. Probably that you regenerate it slower across the board on all ships. Using my boost there. And this is Pirate Swarm, so I'm fighting against Auroras and they're tanky as hell. Well, I thought I just wanted to talk about that very briefly, get your opinions on that. I'm going to be doing some proper videos as soon as the 2.6 goes live about guides on 2.6 and that sort of stuff. Looking at the controls, because they might change some controls in the PTU. They occasionally do. But I want to get people's opinions on that flight model. Remember that commenting on any of our videos throughout December gets you a chance to win a 85X or an Avenger Titan with lifetime insurance. Come on, die, you little bastard. That's not normally how I sign off. I do like the way everything looks now. I mean, oh, hit myself with my own missile. Looked like a bit of a shockwave. Stuff looks absolutely fantastic now. And Star Marine is super fun. Surprisingly so, actually. But the PTU build seems not very buggy for what I've played. But if you want to run Star Citizen a bit faster, that sort of stuff, check out my performance guides, check out the setup guides. If you don't know how to get into the PTU, literally just check on your Star Citizen launcher. In the top left, you have the little PTU thing. And if you do, click on it, and then click on the cog in the top right of your launcher, and you should be able to copy your account over and then jump into the PTU, or at least be able to download it. Check for emails as well, because at the moment it's first wave PTU, but they will be sending out more and more invites over the next few days, and hopefully we'll have a live build for 2.6 on the 22nd of December. Anyway, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you in the verse. Whee! Pew pew!